travelled to Mexico in November 2015 to have a look at this amazing cathedral that sits in the Zocalo Square in the middle of the town. Now, Mexico City is actually built in a lake, which is incredible. So there's a lake, a bowl of earth with water in it, and then they fill that in with sand and then started building structures on top of it. So the cathedral I'm talking about was built on very, very loose material. So to demonstrate what that's like, I've got some sand in a little cookie cutter here. And when the Spanish invaders came in and started to build this cathedral in this very soft sand, they realized that actually the sand is very loose. So if they tried to build an actual structure on top of it, it's probably going to move everywhere. So what they did was they drove some piles, and those piles were basically bits of timber, tree trunks and so on, and they stuck them into the ground. So they put lots of them all together, and if you can imagine that these have been pushed all the way inside, then you can see what will happen is that actually the more of these piles you put in, you're kind of stiffening up the ground. So if I try to shake this now, because of the presence of all these toothpicks in the sand, it actually helps bind it together. So that's a technique that they used to try and consolidate the ground underneath the cathedral before they started building it. But actually, as you'll find out in my book, this didn't really solve the problem, and the cathedral has been sinking for years, and in fact at one point it even massively tilted. Luckily some engineers came along and saved the cathedral, and you can find out more about that in Built.